Imagine this. You've just invented something that will save millions of lives, revolutionize cities, and become a cornerstone of modern civilization. Then, authorities ban it. Why? Because the sound of rushing water was deemed too erotic. This actually happened. In the 19th century, towns across America outlawed the flushing toilet, fearing its very operation was indecent, a corrupting siren song. It wasn't just prudish. This humble fixture challenged deeply held beliefs about privacy, morality, and the human body itself. What if I told you the object you use multiple times a day sparked a global revolution, faced absurd censorship, and became an unlikely hero in the battle against disease? This is the story of how the modern flushing toilet clawed its way from scandalous luxury to life-saving necessity. Picture London, 1858. The Thames isn't a river, it's a festering, open sewer. Centuries of human waste, dumped from chamber pots directly into streets or cesspits, have finally overwhelmed the city. The summer heat bakes this toxic sludge. Parliament hangs curtains soaked in chloride of lime just to block the smell. The infamous Great Stink. Cholera isn't just a disease, it's a constant, terrifying shadow. One outbreak killed over 14,000 Londoners in a single year. Why? Because waste management meant night soil men hauling away overflowings, if you were lucky, or simply dumping your bucket into the nearest ditch or river. For the poor, shared privies were overflowing horrors. Privacy, non-existent. Sanitation, a grim joke. Life expectancy in these filth-choked slums was barely 30 years. Cities were literally drowning in their own excrement, breeding epidemics that cut down rich and poor alike. The need wasn't just for convenience. It was a desperate cry for survival against an invisible enemy carried in contaminated water and air thick with the stench of decay. Humanity needed a way to break this deadly cycle, to sever the link between waste and water, between daily life and disease. Enter the godson and the watchmaker. Our story truly ignites, not once, but twice. First, in 1596, Sir John Harrington, witty godson to Queen Elizabeth I, presents her with a marvel. The Ajax, a raised seat, a cistern overhead, a pull chain releasing water to flush waste down a pipe into a cesspit below. It worked. Harrington even published a playful, slightly racy manual. But here's what really happened. The Queen loved her novelty, yet Harrington's own saucy writings got him banished from court. His invention, dismissed as a costly toy for royalty. The crucial elements, widespread sewage systems and affordable materials, simply didn't exist. The moment fizzled. Fast forward nearly 180 years. London stinks. Disease reigns. In 1775, Scottish watchmaker Alexander Cummings, a man obsessed with precision, examines the problem not as a plumber, but as a mechanic. His breakthrough wasn't just the flush, it was the bend. Cummings patented the S-trap, a simple, curved pipe below the bowl that held water after each flush, creating a seal. This ingenious barrier blocked sewer gases, the foul, methane-rich miasmas believed to cause disease. From backing up into homes, it was elegant, it was essential, it was the missing piece. But the drama wasn't over. Just 1 year later, inventor Joseph Bramah improved Cummings' valve design, creating a tighter seal and launching mass production. Cummings, the quiet genius behind the pivotal S-bend, watched as Bramah's name became synonymous with early toilets. The human cost, Cummings died relatively obscure, while Bramah thrived. The invention moment wasn't a single spark. It was a flickering flame nearly extinguished by scandal and obscurity, then reignited by practical ingenuity in a city choking on its own waste. The pieces were now in place, but adoption was a brutal uphill slog. Early water closets, as they were called, were expensive, prone to freezing and leaking, and required something cities sorely lacked: integrated sewer systems. Then came the great stink of 1858. The Thames fermented under a blazing sun, its stench so overpowering it literally halted Parliament. This public health emergency forced action. Engineer Joseph Bazalgette embarked on a monumental project, building 1,300 miles of underground brick sewers for London. Suddenly, Cummings S-trap had a destination, but the real shock came when public toilets entered the scene. George Jennings installed his monkey closets, flushing toilets. At the Crystal Palace Great Exhibition in 1851, he charged 1 penny for use, coining the phrase, "spend a penny." Over 827,000 people paid. This proved mass demand. Enter Thomas Crapper. Though he didn't invent the toilet, his London Plumbing Company, founded in 1861, became dominant. Crapper was a marketing genius. He championed quality, reliability, and displayed toilets in lavish showrooms. His name became ingrained in public consciousness, even appearing on manhole covers. His improvements, like the ballcock for refilling tanks, made toilets more efficient and less wasteful. By the late 1800s, the flushing toilet symbolized modernity and health. Moving from palaces and exhibitions into affluent homes. But what happened next changed everything and revealed a bizarre cultural backlash. The flush toilet's rise triggered revolutions far beyond the bathroom. Positively, it was a public health titan. Cities with sewer systems saw cholera and typhoid rates plummet. Life expectancy soared. The very design of homes transformed. Dedicated bathrooms became standard, shifting waste removal from public spectacle to private act. It fostered new concepts of personal hygiene and bodily privacy. But the unintended consequences were profound and sometimes dark. Negative effects emerged. Massive water consumption strained resources, and the flush and forget mentality created new pollution problems downstream, leading to ocean dead zones. Culturally, the backlash was astonishing. Here's the hidden history you never knew. In America, particularly in deeply religious communities, the indoor flushing toilet faced fierce opposition well into the 1870s and 80s. Why? Critics deemed it immoral and shockingly thought it was too sexual. The arguments seem absurd today. Having a toilet inside the home, especially near bedrooms, was considered indecent. The sound of rushing water was thought to be sexually arousing. The privacy it afforded was seen as encouraging masturbation or illicit encounters. Towns like Sharon, Pennsylvania, and several in Massachusetts actually passed ordinances banning indoor flushing toilets for these reasons. Plumbing catalogs were sometimes considered pornography. This wasn't just fringe thinking. It reflected deep anxieties about changing social norms, privacy, and the body itself. Pitting the life-saving technology against ingrained beliefs, the toilet became an unlikely battleground for societal values. Today, the modern flushing toilet is ubiquitous yet invisible. Over 4.5 billion people use one, a testament to its foundational role in civilization. It's estimated to have added 20 years to average human life expectancy by preventing waterborne diseases. Yet its legacy is while we benefit, nearly 4 billion people still lack safe sanitation. A stark reminder that innovation's spread is uneven. The environmental cost is immense. toilets consume nearly 30% of a typical household's water. This sparked new innovation waves. Low-flow designs, dual-flush systems, and ventures like the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation's Reinvent the Toilet Challenge, aiming for waterless, off-grid solutions that process waste into energy or fertilizer. The story teaches a crucial lesson. No invention exists in a vacuum. The toilet needed sewers, Bazalgette's feet, reliable manufacturing crappers, push, and crucially, a shift in cultural attitudes to overcome bans rooted in fear and misunderstanding. Its journey underscores that true progress demands not just technical brilliance, but societal adaptation and confronting our own taboos. The humble flush didn't just clean our cities, it forced us to rethink privacy, health, and our relationship with our own bodies and environment. This story teaches us that the most profound innovations often face the steepest climbs, battling not just technical hurdles, but deep-seated fears and cultural resistance. The flushing toilet's journey from banned object to lifesaver shows that progress demands persistence in the face of the absurd, and a willingness to challenge ingrained taboos for the greater good. The next time you hear that familiar rush of water, remember, it's the sound of human ingenuity overcoming disease, discomfort, and even censorship. A quiet testament to our capacity to solve messy problems. So, what everyday object in your life do you think hides the most surprising history? And how can we ensure the life-saving power of sanitation reaches everyone on our planet? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you were fascinated by the hidden battles behind this everyday essential, give us a like. It helps us uncover more incredible origin stories. And subscribe to Origins of Stuff for our next deep dive. The explosive, accidental invention of the microwave oven that revolutionized kitchens overnight.